Doom dun 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 dun. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay Money. We got our guy Kevin with us today, man. I sure appreciate you joining me from Sports Memo as well, man. Let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow you on Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for having me, man. You can find me on Twitter, on TikTok, KB Sports _, and you can also check me out on Sports Memo, guys. I'm the number 2 handicapper in the NBA season this year and going for that number 1 spot. So hopefully the season continues great. But thanks for having me on, Jay.
Yeah, anytime, bro. Anytime. Like you say, that's what we do here, man. It's all business. We're just trying to get some cash, my guys. Let's go to the first game up here. We got the Celtics versus the Hawks here, Kevin. Obviously, we got the Hawks on the 5-game winning streak, man. This team is hot right now. 5-0 straight up and against the spread last 5 games. Now you coming in, they coming. Obviously, it's going to be a tough game because the Celtics, even though they're streaky, they've kind of sort of found an offensive flow here. What do you think happens in this game? We got a total of 218. The Hawks open up at 2, down to 1.5, my guy.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up, of course, the kind of Boston figuring out on offense. Yes, the Hawks are doing great right now, winning 5 in a row, and I don't really want to step in front of them, but I do like a player prop in this one, guys. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. His name's Jason Tatum, guys. He's been going off lately, Jay. In his last 5 games, he's averaged 21.4 shots a game, also averaging 30.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. He's really just been doing it all, and the ball's played through him. The last time these two teams faced, Tatum had 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists with a usage of 34.2. And I watched the highlights of that game, guys, and Tatum just really had his way. He was driving, he was getting his shot opportunities.
Oh,
That was in November, man. And in November, he wasn't even playing as good as he's playing now. And just a few more points to wrap this player prop up. Tatum will be on 2 days rest, guys, and I broke it down even further. And on Tuesday, 2 days rest, he's played 5 games this year. He's averaged 39 minutes, 30.8 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. The Hawks also ranked 29th in defense efficiency. Not to mention, Tatum will be on the road tonight. He does better on the road, guys, averaging 37 minutes a game, 27.5 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, he's been going off. And also, I broke it down even further because I researched my players out here. But Tatum versus bad defensive teams, he goes off. Just looking at the bottom 5, Jay, you take out the Hawks, but the Houston Rockets, the Kings, the Blazers, and the Hornets in 8 games this season, uh, Jason Tatum's averaged 30.5 points, 7.25 rebounds, and 4.9 assists here. It's pretty simple to me. The play is Jason Tatum over 38.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Jay, what do you got in this one?
oh, I like it, man. I like that. I didn't have anything on this one. I know that the Hawks. It's tough for me to bet against either one of these teams right now. Obviously, the Celtics starting to look a lot better. The Hawks, guys, I've been riding this train with them. They're 5-0 straight up and against the spread last 5. They did win on the -5, on the -5 earlier this year, 110-99. So you do they. The Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown or Robert Williams III that time around. This
Right.
time they'll have them, and I'll say this: the Celtics are a different team, obviously with their best perimeter defender and Marcus Smart. But Robert Williams III down there is the guy that literally makes this team go, man. So it's gonna be a tough game. The Celtics are 1-4 against the spread last 5 meetings. They are 1-5 against the spread last 6 after a win. It's tough for me to draw a side in this game. In all honesty, I would like to ride with the Hawks at the house. They have the rest advantage as well, so I'd like to ride with the Hawks here at home with this winning streak, but I'm not going against the Celtics. They match up really well versus the Hawks as well. And this is a game where the Hawks will need to bring some defense because Tatum, Jaylen Brown, these guys can really get cooking, man. Even Schroeder coming back to Atlanta as well off the bench. So when I'm not surprised if either team can win the game, I usually stay off. As Hawks are nothing for me here, but I'll be honest, I see scenarios where the Celtics can come in here and get some revenge this time around with Jaylen Brown and Robert Williams III. It will definitely be a different type of game plan for the Hawks here. They got Hunter, they got Bogdanovich back, so this is going to be a damn good game to watch, guys. One, maybe make a live bet here, but this one's going to come down to it. Wouldn't be surprised to see either one of these get the job done. Now let's go over here to the streets of Charlotte here, Kev. We got the Lakers versus the Hornets. Not even sure where this line's going to shoot to, man. I must say, I'll admit the line was a little high this morning at 6.5, 7, and I was thinking to myself, LeBron sat out yesterday. Obviously, Lakers on a back-to-back. I was thinking to myself, LeBron sat out yesterday, probably plays today, and then AD will sit. Then we see both of them questionable on the injury report. And I'll also say to myself, we got Malik Monk coming back to Charlotte, probably wants to show up his old team, right? He's one of the youngest guys on the team, and he's not even playing today, man. So that's actually pretty crazy. It's Hornets or none for me here. You got the revenge spot. They've lost the last 5 games versus the Lakers as well. They've busted out of their little slump, scoring 158 points versus the Pacers. It's the 3rd game in 4 nights, all on the road, back-to-back spot for the Lakers. Like I said, I had written down that AD likely sits LeBron back, but who knows, man? Both of those guys could sit. Doesn't look on the cusp of things. Doesn't like the Lakers really care too much about this game, Kev. It's Hornets or none for me in this one.
Right, and I totally agree with you. But my question to you, Jay, I got nothing in this game, by the way. But I'm curious. So, like, this line was -6.5. Now it's up to -8 on the Hornets. Like, do you factor in, like, taking a bad line, or how do you look on that?
Well, in this one, obviously, this is one where you wait for the guys, because if LeBron or AD is in this line, that's the unfair thing about the line, man. I feel like they probably already knew somebody was going to sit out here. That's why you have the 6.5, and it's so unfair with today's, and obviously the betting being so widespread. When you get anybody out, they're going to move the line up. Now Kelly Oubre is questionable on the Hornets side as well. We know that they don't have Gordon Hayward over there. They were only 3-9 straight up this year without Hayward, but obviously coming off the game versus the Pacers. So I'll be honest, this is too many. This is a lot of points for me to lay with the Hornets in this one. It's the only way that I could look. I need all of those guys that's on the injury report to be out for me to lay this with the Hornets. And the even more thing, obviously, if those guys are out, then they're going to move the line up again as well. So these days are a little bit different than it used to be. Obviously, they wouldn't really move the line too much for 1 or 2 players. So I guess what I'm saying is you may be able to find some value here as far on the Lakers, but you need to see who's playing here. Like I say, it's not necessarily a good spot. 3rd game in 4 nights, back-to-back spot for the Lakers, going up against an Eastern Conference team. They just really this is the main thing I was looking at this game last night. The old guys versus the young guys here, and the old guys are on the back-to-back. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Hornets run them off the floor. This is when you wait to see who's playing. It's Hornets or nothing for this better, my guys. But obviously, it's starting to get up there to -8 with a Hornets team that doesn't play a ton of defense. The main thing that would have kept me something for the Lakers if having Malik Monk in there trying to go off against his old teammates. Him being out, and honestly, I don't even know what the hell is going on in this game. You wait for this one. I might be doing another live video tonight with the updated info, guys. But this is definitely a game that you have to wait on. Let's go over here to the streets of New Orleans here, Kev. We got the Nuggets versus the Pelicans. You like anything in this spot?
No, this one was pretty tough for me. This is actually the Nuggets and the Lakers were the only 2 games that I didn't really even want to like a part of. So I'm curious on what your thoughts are, and maybe I can take some notes from you, Jay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And guys in the chat as well, they liking LaMelo ball, points, rebounds, assists over. So I appreciate you guys posting your plays in the chat as well, man. For this game, it's an ugly type of play, man. I'll be honest. The Nuggets are starting to play a lot better. They're 8-3 against the spread. In their last 11 meetings. Well, no, that's the Pelicans. It's 8-3, 11 against the spread last 11 meetings. What I meant to say was that the Nuggets have won 8 of their last 11 games and 7 of their past 10. But what's happened? They're only 2-7-1 against the spread over those games. So yeah, they'll win, but they won't cover the spread here. You also have them 0-5-1 against the spread last 6. You got the Pelicans here, revenge spot. They lost 140 to 120 in OT earlier this year. In New Orleans, you had the Nuggets laying -1.5. So the line is coming up for the Nuggets here, but there was no Ingram. Ingram played in that game. In this one, he's possibly out, maybe not, maybe played. So I feel like that's the biggest line difference. I like the Pelicans tonight, guys. I'll tell you why. This is an ugly pick, and I always say you guys don't have to ride with me. I always say do what you go bet what you feel is what you like the most. But I'm riding with the Pelicans tonight, man. Plus the 4, like I say, it's a revenge spot. Ingram, hey, he looked good during shoot round today. I think he's gonna play here. They're off 2 days rest as well. They're 3-0-1 against the spread last 4 home games, 6-0 against the spread last Friday games as well. They're also 5-1 against the spread at the house last 6 versus winning teams. This Pelicans team turns up at the house, man. They play up to their opponent. They do have a game versus the Celtics tomorrow, but going up against a Western Conference opponent, I think they care about this one more. I think we get Ingram in here. I took the Pelicans this morning plus the 4, and the cherry on top for me, Kev, is that they just legalized the Pelican. They just legalized sports betting basically in Louisiana. Well, I always say it's just a little hidden angle to me. Like I say, it may not even matter, but hidden angle to me, I think that they need to I think that the Pelicans get this win on the first day of sports bet just to get the bettors sucked in. You want to get the bettors sucked in to win their first bet. You know what I'm saying? They may lose the next 10, but when the state gets legalized sports betting, I want to take that team, man. Give me the Pelicans here plus the 4, and I do think Ingram plays.
I like that take, Jay. And just one quick point. I do think the under is a play here if you guys did want something as far as both these teams play at a slow pace. Pelicans are playing good basketball at home. Denver ranks 24th in pace of play. New Orleans ranks 22nd. Also, if you just look at a quick trend, the under is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. But I wrote down the Pelicans, Jay. I kind of like it, man.
Yeah, no, I like the Pelicans today, guys. I like the spot. Like I say, it's revenge spot, all this good stuff. And the Nuggets, they've been traveling all over the place. You see them versus the Nets as well. They did put it together and come back and win the game. How do you get down 10, 11 points to that Nets team? Like, what are we doing here? I like the Pelicans today. Like I say, it's a small play for me, but I did put some on Pelicans plus the 4 this morning, man. Let's go over here to the streets of Miami, man. We got the Clippers versus the Heat here, Kev. The Clippers have been absolutely balling, right? I mean, what are these guys doing? This is their 6th straight road game, 4th game in 6 nights. They did just win versus the Magic in that one. They go up a different beast tonight, though. I can't stand it because even though the Heat are in a good spot and the line's up to 7.5, you still have Jimmy Butler that's questionable in this game. And it's so crazy the NBA today because they'll see a winnable game. It's like, okay, we can sit this one out. The rest of the guys can still win it without me, man. So obviously got to wait for Jimmy in this one. It's Heat or nothing for this better, Kev.
Yep, Jay, and we talked about this before the show, man. Like, some of these teams are really hard to figure out right now. Like, the Clippers are coming in at 25-25, and like you mentioned, the Heat are pretty banged up right now. Butler being a game-time decision, that's kind of scary for me, but I can't figure out this Clippers team. They're, like I said, they're 25-25, and the splits with these guys on the rotations, like, minutes are very even across, like, 11 players, so it's a stay-away game for me. If I did have a gun to my head, though, I'm taking the Heat.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. My guys in the chat liking Heat first half. This should be a smash spot for the Heat, guys, in theory. Like, this is their 3rd straight home game, only second game in 5 days. Why the hell is Jimmy Butler questionable here? Stop it with that BS, man. Only second game in 5 days. They hadn't traveled anywhere. They have the major rest advantage in this game. And so when they have the major rest advantage like that, obviously Clippers been playing well over here in this East Coast. Like I say, 6 straight road game over a span of 8. This will be an 8-game road stand, so they'll still have 2 more road games after this one, man. A day off in Miami, maybe they got a little party in that one. The Heat first half in full game is the only way that I can look in this game. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's questionable. Who knows what's going to happen there? They're still missing Lowry, but this is a spot that I'd be looking to back the Heat. It's the only way. I'll be honest, the line did come out a little higher than I expected, but they're 4-0 against the spread last 4 home games. They have the 4th best defense in the league over the last 5 games. I could definitely see this being an under spot as well. What do the Clippers do if they're not really? They shoot a bunch of threes, but this is a slow-paced team, and they play defense as well. So I can see the under being a really good play in this game. But I do lean the Heat first half full game. Like my guys in the chat say, Clippers due for a letdown, man. This isn't the Magic over here, and they still got down 35 to the Wizards as well. How do you let that happen? They came back to win, but we still got to look. They got down 35 to the Wizards. So this team is I know they found some new energy, but I think that this one could get ugly, especially if Jimmy plays. Heat or nothing for me. Heavy lean to that under, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Houston, Kev. We got the Blazers versus the Rockets here. I did see that Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood didn't go through shoot around here. So, We know the Blazers been hot. They got some injuries over there as well. Little is probably going to be out for the rest of the season here. So, Kev, you like anything in this one? Do we continue to bet against the Rockets and make money?
Yeah, I agree, but I also kind of looked at a player prop in this one as far as giving out kind of a lean on this game. This game reminds me a lot of the Magic and Pistons game today. It's kind of sloppy and ugly to me. I don't, like I said, don't have a really lean on the side or the total, but the last time these two teams played was in November. The over-under was 225.5, and now we have an over-under 233, Jay. I don't know. I know Shark's on here a lot, and he kind of talks about like that line movement as far as games go. So again, that's one that I just kind of passed. But again, like you said, Lillard's going to be out again. Zeller, Little, Covington might even be out. So if you look at a guy on this Blazers team, Norman Powell kind of sticks out to me. When you take those guys off the floor, he gets a 9.5% bump in usage. So he's going to be more aggressive, take more shots. But again, when I say take more shots, it's always risky with Powell because his shot percentages do not reflect the amount of shots he takes. So it's just a sloppy game for me. But if you made me pick, I'm definitely fading the Rockets. I've been doing it a lot this year, and I think I would lean to Norman Powell points over 19.5. What do you got, Jay?
Yeah, that's a good point there. Norman Powell, I do see some players for the Blazers going off in this one, man. Maybe look at a CJ McCollum prop as well as far as like points and assists. I think that they can get there. Maybe PRA without if Christian Wood ends up sits. I'll be honest, that may be good for the Rockets if Wood sits. He's been trash, man. I watched Christian Wood close. He was a baller before he got paid. When he was trying to earn a contract, got the contract, he stopped working out. You can tell, man. It's sad that these NBA players do that shit. Really pisses me off. Because it really should go the other way, man. You should really try to earn your money. Okay, you got paid. Show them that you didn't pay them for no reason, man. But anyway, absolutely. Blazers 4-0 against the spread last 4 after a loss of 10 or more points. They're 5-2 against the spread last 7 in Houston. The Rockets, they got some streaky young guys, man, but I can't trust this team to win the game. They're actually been showing that they're trying to tank over here. So I mean, they could get up in the first half and literally lose the game on purpose. Obviously, it's better for them to lose. You got a coach like Chauncey Billups, he got to be saying to his guys, hey, we may be a little bit depleted roster, but we got to go in here and get wins like this versus the Rockets, man. So the Rockets have the major rest advantage. They hadn't really played traveled anywhere. It's only second game in 5 or 6 days, so they could be they definitely have more energy, but it's Blazers or nothing for me. I'm not looking to make the Rockets pretty much the rest of the season. Maybe if they're catching double digits, wouldn't surprise me here because obviously, like I say, the Blazers, they got some deficiencies as well, but starting to play a lot better here. Could see Anthony Simons, Powell, Nurkic, and McCollum cook these boys up tonight, man. Blazers the only way I can look in this one. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio, man. You know y'all love my conspiracy theories. Man, Kev, I'll let you start with this one. What you think about this? Are the Bulls easy money tonight?
I do lean the Bulls, but I will say the Spurs have been impressing me, and one player specifically, Dejounte Murray, guys. I like his player prop a lot tonight. We have an over-under 231.5, and when you're looking at player props, Jay, you probably do the same. You look for high totals, and you look for a fast-paced environment, and that's exactly what we have here. Spurs will be pushing this pace, and I really like Murray's points plus rebounds plus assists over 37.5. When he faces this Bulls team at home, he's going to have his way. He should be able to drive on them. They don't have very good rim protection. And I also looked at Murray's last 5 games. He's averaging 20.4 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 11.4 assists. Not to mention one of those games, he only played 24 minutes. So again, this game's going to be close. It's going to be a fast pace. And I really think Murray has his way with the Bulls tonight. That doesn't mean I don't like the Bulls. But again, I think Murray is a special player. And I think he's going to continue to do good stuff tonight. I would also sprinkle a little bit of cash on the triple-double for Murray tonight. But let me hear your breakdown, Jay.
Man. Yeah. Oh, this is some ugly shit, man. I mean, the Spurs haven't been playing too well lately. They did almost get there versus the Grizzlies, man. There are some conspiracies here, guys. It is Popovich's birthday, right? And another thing. So, obviously, DeRozan's all-star starter. I'll look how that is because some of these all-star starters may be a little too hyped. Could have some letdown games, man. But I like the Spurs here. I do, and I'll tell you why, man. The Pop needs to break the record, right? He needs to break the win streak, like the all-time wins he needs 8 more this season. I only project him having 8 or 9 more wins this season. This is one of the games, and you see it with it hovering around -1. They're 1.5 now. So somebody out there agrees with me. I think the Spurs going to win this game, and it's Pop's birthday. But like I say, they need this win, man. If he's going to get the if he's going to get the record, he has to win this game. That's what I feel like. And it starts here because they're not going to win many more. But they are 0-5 against the spread. Last 5 is a home underdog. But you got the Bulls here. 0-3-1 against the spread. Last 4 is a road favorite. They're 1-5 against the spread. Last 6 after a win. Like I say, DeRozan coming back to San Antonio. But then Levine played on the All-Star team where Poach coached as well. It's kind of crazy, man, but I feel like I'm not saying that the Bulls will lay down for them, but I think the Spurs come to play here. Let me just say that for a lot of reasons. I think the Spurs come to play here. I'd be looking at Spurs first half and full game. You got DeJounte Murray and Derek White to go up against Levine and DeRozan. Vucevic, he hadn't looked right now. Jakob Poeltl probably might eat him for lunch. Like, Poeltl's actually not a bad guy. You look at the bench. kind of favor the Spurs as well, man. I think the Spurs gonna win this game, Kevin. They're like, call me crazy as hell. I think the line movement agrees with me as well.
Yep.
This is like I say, if the Spurs, if he's gonna get the record, they're gonna win this game.
All right, everything you just said points to Murray too, man. So let's do it. Yep.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
I'll go official, man. Spurs. I'll go officials. -1. It's some 1.5s out there. Money line, whatever you're gonna do. I see the Spurs win this game, man. I don't care. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I think they finna win this shit. It's Friday night, home games. The Bulls look super easy, man. Give me the Spurs in this one for Pop to get. He'll only need 7 more wins after tonight, and there's only like 7 more opportunities to win the rest of the year. If he's gonna get that record, I think it's gonna be tonight, guys. Give me the Spurs -1, -1.5. Next game up, Kev. Not a ton on this one, man. Pacers are nothing for me, and it likely means nothing here. It is a bounce back spot. They lost. Here's the thing that I don't like: that Carlisle goes to Dallas tomorrow night, but the only way that I could look at this one is a bounce back spot for the Pacers here. I know the Thunder look nice. They're at the house. They're on 6 straight up last 6 games. They've lost 9 of 10. Another team that's probably tanking. The Pacers did smack them up last year, 152-95. So in theory, you could be saying it's a revenge spot for the Thunder, but with the Pacers losing like that, they said in the interviews, hey, we got to come back out and try to build some momentum or play a better game versus OKC. So Pacers won they're 4-0 straight up against the spread, 4-0 straight up and 3-1 against the spread last 4 meetings as well. They're also 5-0-1 against the spread last 6 after allowing 125 plus points. Pacers the only way I can look in this one, Kev.
Yeah, it's an ugly game, Jay. Let's be honest, man. It's like another gross game, and I'll be real with all the viewers. The Pacers are on my blacklist this year, so if I sound any bias, that's why. But again, I can't trust the Pacers. They'll be without Brogdon, Turner, McConnell, and then maybe Sabonis will play, but he'll probably be on a minute restriction. And then if you just look, they just allowed 158 points to the Charlotte Hornets. So this team's hit or miss, in my opinion. One day they'll beat the Warriors as 16-point dogs. The next day they'll be losing to the Pistons. So it's really hard for me to figure them out. But I agree, all the points you made does point to the Pacers, but I just can't do it here. So again, this one's on UJ, so giving out that lean, but I have nothing official in this one.
Yeah, and like I say, man, I can't tell anyone to go take the Pacers, man. It's just for me, that's the only way that I can look in this one. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Thunder get it done. They got a bunch of young ballers. This game will tell me a lot about the Pacers. If they lose this game and don't show any fight, that means the rest of the season they just don't care. So I wouldn't tell anyone to bet this game. This is a watch and learn, literally. We say the Pacers are our fave, but then they just went on their road trip and played some really good ball. Came back to the house in a tough spot. I mean, they were down by 1 point at the half, and they just got smoked in that third quarter. So we'll see if they even have any ounce of bounce back in them. Everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate the hell out of y'all as well. If you ride with me, let's cash. Hey, if you don't like it, I can dig it. My guy Friday in the chat as well, man. So we appreciate the hell out of y'all. We're not making anyone bet anything. Just trying to help you guys out, basically. Let's go over here to the streets of Phoenix here, Kev. I'm gonna go to you first on this one. Timberwolves versus Suns.
Yeah, I know you like the T-Wolves a lot, man. I'm pretty sure you like them. So I'm gonna pass this back to you because personally, this is the last game I don't have anything in. It's a hard one. I think the line's pretty high for the Suns here, and the over/under of 230. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what you say on this one, Jay.
Man, need to see what's up with Russell, man. I'll be honest. I like the Timberwolves in this one. I do. It's a back-to-back. They got smacked up last night. Obviously, Russell left with a shin injury. Be interested if he plays. Be interested if Patrick Beverley plays. Regardless here, man, these guys. Oh, let me see. Did I see one? No, we'll go over every game. We're gonna go over every game, my guys. But Wolves versus Suns. I can only look toward Timberwolves here. They are 2-2 straight up and against the spread on road back-to-backs this year. So they played 4 of them already. They match up well with the Suns. Obviously, the Suns have a bunch of injuries right now. Crowder, McGee, Payne, Aiden. Suns only 2-7 against the spread last 9 games with the versus a team with a winning record. And they're 2-6 against the spread last 8 home games where they always land a lot of points. So this line is too high if you ask me. The only way I can look in this one is Timberwolves. You see it starting to trickle down to 8. Obviously, if Russell's out, reason why I wait on it because I don't think Russell's going to play, and it'll probably go up to -10 for the Suns there. I think the Wolves can keep this game within 4 or 5 points. And I also think this will be a little bit more of a defensive game as well. If Russell's not out there, they won't play with as much pace, and their defense will get a lot better. So offense will get worse, defense will get better. I think that's a recipe for an under in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and just one quick point to the under. It's unders 10-4 in the last 14 meetings between these two teams. They have been playing to the under recently. One negative I wanted to bring up against your point, just kind of playing like the devil's eye here, Jay. The Timberwolves are 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games. I know this is a higher point total. We're looking at +8.5, +9. So again, I do think it's too many points for the Suns, but I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, no, I'm with
Yeah.
you on that. The Timberwolves have not been playing well on the road as
Right.
well. So, like I say, I have to admit that they have not been playing well on the road. But I do think the Suns have been getting. And another thing, the Suns could be pissed because Booker didn't make the All-Star start and all this shit. Chris Paul, they could be pissed, but the Wolves still have some defenders over there, still have some ballers. The Suns got some defenders as well. I like the under in this. So I put a little something on first half under 118, but I think because obviously with it being a second half, there could be less defense for the Wolves in second half. But first half under 118. I did put a little something on that one, and I have a heavy lean to the Timberwolves here. It's the only way I would look. I'm not laying the points with the Suns. We've seen some deficiencies from them, especially without missing all of these guys. Like, we got to be real with ourselves. The Suns are the best team in the league. They're starting to miss a ton of guys. Their backup point guard, both centers within Aiden and McGee. I know Biyombo can play well, but now you don't really have a center coming off the bench over there. So Naz Reid and Karl-Anthony Towns should eat in this game, man. Let's see what happens as well. And I'm sure that Chris Finch, head coach for the Wolves, is like, look, the Suns are the top dog over there. We just lost versus the Wolves. We just lost versus the Warriors. Let's have a better output tonight, guys. Timberwolves, the only way that I could look in this one. Let's go to this Jazz versus Grizzlies spot, Kev. We know that Donovan Mitchell did just get ruled out. You got the Grizzlies coming back to the house after a little road trip. This is a revenge spot in theory for the Jazz. They're off 3 straight losses as well. Do need a win in the worst way, but the Grizzlies can match up really well versus the Pacers here. I think we lost Kev real quick, man. I'm gonna get him back in here. Let's see. Kev, you back?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? My bad.
I can hear you. No, I was just seeing. Well,
Okay,
we
cool.
just Jazz versus Grizzlies. You like anything here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said it. Donovan Mitchell is going to be out, correct?
Yeah, he's out for sure.
Yeah, so that's a big reason why I want to stay away from this Jazz team. They just don't look right when he's not on the court. They're 1-4 in their last 5 without Donovan Mitchell. So again, in my opinion, it's only leaning to the Grizzlies in this one at home. Again, Mitchell is the guy to this team, guys. So it's Grizzlies are nothing for me here, Jay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. This is a game that I'm staying off with. Obviously, it looks super easy to take the Grizzlies here. They are 0-6 against the spread last 6 home games after a 7+ day road trip, guys. So I always talk about that when these teams come back to the house. Obviously, they had like 2 days off and then play the game, 2 days off, play the game, but they've been on the road for about 10 days now, and this is the first game back at the house. Obviously, Ja Morant's super happy that he got the All-Star starting job. That's just something that I'll be tracking. These players that's never got All-Star starting, I'm going to be watching them closely to see, are they super happy? Are they having a little party with the family or whatever? Are they looking ahead to it? Are they totally focused? I hope that makes sense, guys. We'll see what happens in this one. I did project that Mitchell would be back. So without him back in there, him and Gobert, the best 2 players on the team over there. We'll see what happens in this one. It still wouldn't surprise me to see the Jazz come in here compete. Conley used to play for them as well. I'd be looking for Conley possibly to have a good game. It still wouldn't surprise me to see the Jazz compete in this game, guys. It's just me. I know the Grizzlies been red hot. I just don't like them coming back to the house this first game. I'm not betting on the Jazz without Gobert, especially Mitchell as well. So lines up to 5.5. Wouldn't surprise me the Grizzlies cover, but it also wouldn't be surprising for the Jazz to come in here and play a good game off 3 straight losses, needing to win in the worst way, guys. I hope it makes sense. Let's go up here to the streets of I gotta take that one off, man. It is not the Knicks versus the Bulls here, Kev. What you like? We got the Knicks versus the Bucks.
Yes, sir. So this is going to be another official play for me, and I'll recap them at the end because the 2 player props I talked about in this game are going to be the official ones I give out. But this is a late game, guys, so if you need a pick-me-up game, it's Friday night, you're out there, you had a bad night, this is the play I really feel like. We got a total of 217.5. It looks like it dropped down to 216.5, but I like the under here, guys. First, I'll mention the pace of this game. It's going to be slow, very slow. The Knicks ranked dead last in the NBA in pace of play this season. Also, the Bucks have been finally getting healthy, and I think they're going to probably have Grayson Allen back, Hood, and Matthews also coming back. So again, that kind of throws off the rotation. So again, it's kind of like a slow kind of working them in, and I think that throws off the feng shui of this game. I also wanted to mention Bucks have gone under 58% of their games this season, and the Knicks have gone under in 57.1% of their games this season. Also, a couple trends just to support this. I'm trying to make it quick, but the under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between these two. They played 3 times this year, and the under is 7-3 in the Bucks' last 10 overall. So give me the under here, 217.5. I like it at 216.5 as well. Jay, what do you got in this one?
Yeah, I don't have anything here, but they played 3 times already this year, and the under is hit every single time. So we do usually see defense on defense here. The Knicks, they're 4-0 against the spread, last 4 off of ATS loss. The Bucks, 1-8 against the spread, last 9 as a fave. 0-4 against the spread, last 4 versus losing teams, and they're also 1-5 against the spread, last 6 as a home favorite. So I think that I would like to think that the Bucks could bounce back here. I land 9 with them in a super late game, and it's even more of a later game for the Knicks, right? They're usually an East Coast team playing on Eastern, playing the 7 o'clock Eastern times or whatever. Now they playing at a super late night game. Could be a sleepy spot. I'd like to say I've leaned the Knicks here, but I can't bet them right now. I need to see where they are mentally. Julius Randle, like he quit on his team in Miami, so I did think that Reddish could bring the shot of energy to this team, but they hadn't even been playing them that much. So this is a game that I'll watch and learn. This you really got to watch some of these teams, man. It's really will let you know what they're going to do, like down the stretch of the season. This is during the meat of the season. If the Knicks start to get blown out, then that means they're kind of giving up. They're starting to give up on the coach as well. So a lot of these teams I'll be watching and learning so we can see if they may just be easy fades for the rest of the year or easy buys, man. We're gonna got to get to some commercials, guys. Then we're going to get to the free picks. We will be back in 1 second, my brothers.
Have you ever checked out all the new handicappers at Wager Talk? If not, here's your chance. All NBA Talk with J Money viewers who are new to Wager Talk can get a 1-day all-access pass to the handicapper of their choice for only $1 versus a regular price of $39 using coupon code J1 when checking out. Our new roster of experts is 25 deep, covering sports from around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is be a first-time Wager Talk customer. Go to wagertalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, use coupon code J1 when checking out on a 1-day all-access pass, and get a full day of picks for only $1.
Man, use that promo code at SportsMemo or Wager Talk J1. Man, I'm starting to lose my voice over here. I was trying to do a video for you guys last night, but wasn't feeling too good, man. So try to get some cash today. And real quick, Hunter is questionable for the Hawks today, guys. If he's out, he's their best defender, and it's probably good for my guys, Jason Tatum prop. And if he doesn't go, Tatum and Brown will cook here, and I'll be taking the Celtics if DeAndre Hunter's out. He's their best defender, and they will need him huge tonight. But Kev, break them off with your officials.
Yeah, so I got 3 officials, guys. They're all going to be client plays, and this season's been going really good. Just a quick note, 84 and 54 and 2 this season. That's 60.9%, up 76.10 for clients. So hopefully we keep that rolling tonight. But 3 officials. We got Murray for the Spurs. I'm taking his points plus rebounds plus assist over 37.5. We got Jason Tatum, the boy from St. Louis, for Boston. Points plus rebounds plus assist over 38.5. And then we got the Knicks and the Bucks under 216.5. Those are my 3 officials, and those are my plays. Jay, break them off with yours, man.
I like them, man. I like them. We're going undefeated, man. I may add the Celtics. Keep an eye on that DeAndre Hunter injury, guys. It really is going to going to bode well. That game is going either way. I can see it going either way. One type of injury like that could really push me another way. I love the Hawks. They've been making me a lot of money, but the Celtics have showed me something. They're really trying to go on a streak here. Like I say, if Hunter's not out there, he's the best defender by far, perimeter defender versus the Hawks. It's like Marcus Smart being out going up against Trae Young, basically. So if Hunter's not in there, I'll be jumping on the Celtics. What I have money on already right now, I sprinkled on Spurs first half and full game, man. It was at a pick. It was at -0.5 and at -1. I think the Spurs gonna come in here and win the game. Like I say, if you guys like the Bulls, don't let me talk you off. It's a toss-up type of game, but with it being Pop's birthday, with him needing to break this season, breaking the all-time wins record, I only project him having 8 or 9 more chances to do that this year, including this game. He needs 8 more wins, so I think that they'll win this game, man. It's a lot of different type of things going into it, but I'm rocking with the Spurs today, man, and also what's the other one that I hopped on? The Pelicans plus the 4, man. I like the Pelicans plus the 4. The Nuggets been winning games, but they've not been covering spreads. 0-5-1 last 6 games, and they're also 2-7-1 against the spread last 10. Jokic kind of a big guy. Maybe he go down there, eat full buffet, not necessarily look himself tonight, man. I think that we'll get Ingram in there tonight. I always say, man, hey, do your research, ride with what you like. If you ride with me, let's cash. Ride with Kevin, let's get some cash, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Go and follow us on Twitter at KB Sports _.
Yes,
you can follow us as well at J Money is Money. We out, guys. Get some cash.